All right, we are live. Welcome to our performance seminar for Wednesday, the 23rd of April. This is our 6:30 session. And tonight looks like we have two pianists here with us. So I'd like to open up the floor to Mr. Arhan to introduce himself and the piece he's going to play. Take it away, Mr. Arhan.
Hello, my name is Arhan and I'll be playing Sonatina Third Movement Vivace by Muzio Clementi.
Bravo, Mr. Arhan. Well done. How was that performance for you?
So I feel like it was good. And
Yeah. Talk us
maybe
through all the good things about that performance.
I think that one part I kind of messed up a little bit on the fingering, but at least I was able to keep it smooth.
Yeah. I thought you did a good job in general of keeping the whole thing pretty smooth. And but let's go around the room and hear what some of our other pianists have to say. Vibhuti, what are your thoughts on Arhan's performance?
I thought it was a really solid piece. Um, the articulation was pretty solid, so I think that's good.
Yeah, it was pretty clear, huh? His articulation. Nice. How about you, Miss Tanya? Welcome on in. What are your thoughts on Arhan's performance?
I don't think I was there for like the first part, but it was pretty good.
Yeah? All right, cool. And welcome, we'll bring you in. Yeah, so Arhan, I thought that was a really polished performance. I felt that you captured the feeling of the piece. The articulation was really clear, made it feel like it was dancing. There was a good balance between your hands, so that whenever the right hand had the melody, we could hear it. The left hand wasn't too overpowering. Your dynamics had some good contrast as well. I can see that you worked really hard to make a difference between pianos and fortes. Well, that was pretty good. Good work on making the pianissimo. Pianissimo is quite difficult to do, especially when you've been playing forte. I thought you did a pretty good job. Really
Yeah,
good. If anything, to make it a little easier when you get to this diminuendo, dun dun da da dun dun da da dun. Right. So this one can be da da dun dun da da, and this one can be a little echo of this over here. So just keep that in mind as well. Otherwise, you should be proud of how you played these runs. All the runs were really even. None of them rushed, and the notes all were very clear. And I liked how big you ended. That's good. End fortissimo, end strong. It's going to sound even better when you play it for the live concert on the grand piano. Yeah. So congratulations.
yeah.
Into the Oscar recital. Well done. Very good. All right. Keep on charging forward. All right, Miss Vibhuti, go ahead and introduce yourself and what you're going to play.
My name is Vibhuti, and I'm gonna be playing Traumerei.
And who wrote it?
Um, Robert Schumann.
Yes. There you go. Nice. Well done, Miss Vibhuti. I noticed you looking over to my screen toward the end. Does your music there on in front of you not have all these notes?
My printer kind of messed up, so I forgot the last line.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then so you're forced to have to memorize it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, why don't you talk us through? How was that performance for you?
It was much not as well as I expected it to be. I think I messed up on my hand placement somewhere, and that messed me up.
Yeah, it's the hand placement for this piece here. It moves. There are many different positions. It's a lot that's going on. It's a lot of stretching as well, a lot of moving forward, a lot of moving back to get the black notes, a lot of different intervals and chords that you have to be prepared for. And so this is one of those pieces that you want to practice just very slowly in small sections. And also you need to start memorizing the fingering as well, because there's no real time to look at the music and to look at your hands, right? And so you want to just keep in consideration, okay, how are the fingering in the top part? How does that move? And then the fingering in the bottom half of the hand, how is that going to move? Yeah. And then just practice phrase by phrase as well, right? So you don't get too caught up with all the different layers. Um, what are one of the things that you want to continue doing to improve the playing of this piece for yourself?
I think I can focus a little more on articulation, like make sure the piece is slowed down more and every note has its count.
What was the last part, sorry?
And like I make sure to like really slow down the notes.
Yeah, I think yeah, you can play this. You can practice this half speed, so and separate hands, so that your hand really knows where it has to shift to next. Yeah, and if there are any particular shifts that are quite tricky, circle them and warn yourself, I need to move forward, or I need to move to the side, right? Or I need to stretch like this here. Da dum, ba da dum. So yeah, just play around with that. Then I think it'll make it a little bit easier. Just all about choreography, right? Navigating the notes a little clearer. All right, excellent. Arhan, did you have any thoughts for Vibhuti? Okay.
Uh, from like the works of it, I think it's like a really complicated piece. Well, I would kind of say just kind of like do a little like less hesitation.
Mm,
So, because I kind of noticed that you are sort of pausing.
yeah. Excellent. That's it. Good. Yeah. And I think that'll just come from playing this piece just a little bit slower and just looking ahead. Yeah. All right. And let's continue moving forward. Thank you so much, Vibhuti. Come on back again soon once you've built some more confidence with the notes. Well, this is a great first start, though. This is good. All right. And now we move to Tanya.
I'm playing Adiago.
Oh, yeah.
Adagio.
Adagio. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done, Tanya. It's quite a beautiful little piece, huh?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what do you if you were to think about the personality of this piece, the character, what comes to mind?
Sad.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I don't, it seems like they're trying to tell us something with all these sequences. Da 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 dum da dum dun da 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 dun da dun, and then the third time bum ba dum da dun da dun da dun. So if you were to play this here and add a little bit more movement, what would you say? Do you think it would make it a little bit more interesting, having a little bit more intensity as you move through these measures, or do you want to play it the same the whole way through? What
Uh,
would you say?
Maybe more intensity.
Yeah, even just a little bit, right? Because it's clear that this person has something to say with all these phrases. So just have a little think about that. I think I felt that you played it pretty well. The notes are all there, and it's a good speed. But I would challenge you to see if maybe you can find places, that, especially that have these sequences, and followed by these two note slurs, to just push the tempo just a wee bit more, building intensity because there's a lot of repetition. Yeah. And then here, this is where it gets a little bit more sweet, isn't it? Here
Yeah.
it's the major key. Here it's in the major key. And then it returns back to A minor here. So it's an E major here, and then it returns back to A minor here. So just bear that in mind as you play. Arhan, what are your thoughts? You've played sad pieces before.
Yeah,
What are some suggestions you have for Tanya?
I think and maybe also work on dynamics as well. You know, that's like the mezzo piano, and also don't really accent like don't be like really loud on the chords.
Mm, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So yeah, keep focus on those dynamics there and just think about the balance when you play the some of these chords in the left hand. What about you, Vibhuti? Some thoughts for Tanya?
I liked how the piece was steady throughout the whole piece, and
What was that? What was that? Sorry.
I liked how the she played it steadily.
Yeah, it's pretty steady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to add about her playing that you enjoyed or that she can focus on?
I think for the most part, the rhythm was solid to me. Like I could hear everything.
What was that? Sorry?
I think for the most part, the rhythm was solid.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. So Tanya, I think the playing is pretty good. You've got this is a really great start. Just play around now with seeing if you can build intensity a little bit more throughout the first two lines, right? And then when it goes to the major key, maybe you can bring out the left hand a little bit more to make it sing, right? There's a little bit more optimism there, a little bit more feeling of hope, isn't there? And then when it turns back to the minor, then you can bring back the sadness. So just think about the different characters in the piece, okay? All right, everybody. Well, that brings us to the end of our seminar. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for performing. Do watch this video back so that you can get an idea of places that you can improve for next time. And we'll look forward to seeing you in Kaizen again very soon. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Arhan. Well done. Well done, Vibhuti. Well done.